Why anime? You never watched anime before this? You were just like, I'm just going to watch anime.
I watched it as a kid growing up. I watched Naruto. I watched Dragon Ball Z Kai. And but I never watched anything else. I had like a couple Shonen Jump. But nothing hardcore, like One Piece too. And then when I applied for the JET program, I was like, because that's where I pivoted after the self-help thing. I was like, I'll do a JET program.
Okay. Right.
My mom won't see that. And I was like, okay, Chris Broad videos and what's a good anime? I looked it up and I was like, okay, Sword Art Online. And that was my first anime.
It's not a bad first anime. I do think it's good.
It flames.
It's good.
It's such a good show.
I think it's very good at introducing people to anime. I will say that.
It's a good gateway. Good gateway.
I mean, it is like, it has all the tropes you will find in anime.
Yeah, it gets you ready for anime.
Crossfield of Dreams song is also good. The one where it's like the
Crossing Field.
Yeah, Crossing Field.
Yeah, that opening is fucking
so
fire.
good. Yeah. And I'm like, and it's like Spy Kids 3D. So it's like, I want to be, you die in the game, you die in real life. You know, and it's a lot of tropes that I know. And I was like, I'm all on board up until the main villain was holding the like main protagonist girl and like sexually assaulting her.
Oh yeah, that's in.
And I was like,
which time?
I was like, whoa.
Which time? Yeah, which time?
It happens often in Sword Art Online, unfortunately. Yeah,
I think that's every arc.
And then season 2, the like sister's like, Oni-chan. I'm like, whoa. And then
I'm actually your cousin.
I was like, maybe I should find a new anime. I stuck it out all the way through the Gun series too.
Gun Gale?
Yeah. I gave it a good.
I watched all the Gun.
Arse shot online, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Literally just ass shots and then shaking violently when the sniper goes.
Apparently it gets better.
No.
Like recently it's gotten better.
No,
It does.
No.
It does.
No, I've heard it's good now.
Okay, like as much as I clown on Sword Art Online, it's just kind of like my junk food. I realized this recently. I've watched every anime of Sword Art Online that's been produced so far.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how or why I did this to myself, but I did. And the latest season, Alicization, I genuinely think is a lot of fun. Would I call it good? I don't know. It's kind of like fun.
In American culture, a lot of the times people have like a sitcom that they just watch on repeat. It's like their comfort sitcom. And it's Friends, it's Him Yim, it's Big Bang Theory if you have no taste. And it's just their show. And like that's what Sword Art Online is, you know? It's just easy. Doesn't surprise you too much.
Sword Art Online is the Big Bang Theory of anime.
Yeah.
Honestly? But honestly.
It's fan base.
So you finished Sword Art Online. Then what did you watch?
Well, then I wanted to be cultured.
Right.
So I looked up what the best anime were, and I tried to watch those.
Okay.
So like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Right.
Yeah.
Couldn't get through it.
What?
I couldn't get through it.
Did you eventually get through it?
No, it was so long. Hunter.
What?
It was so long, Connor.
It's 64 episodes.
Yeah, but by episode like 35, it's mostly like recap and talking and no fighting.
Wait, Brotherhood?
Yeah.
No,
Brotherhood.
Why did we watch the same show?
It's so slow. It's a lot of recapping. It's not well paced. I think.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I can't.
You are the only person I've ever met who has started Brotherhood and hasn't finished it.
That's like blasphemous.
You know what's fucked up too? I love Silver Spoon.
What's fucked up about
Where the fuck did that come from?
That's a good show.
That's a good show.
Same director.
Yeah.
But it's
nothing to do with.
It's clearly the less popular of the shows that she's made.
Nobody talks about Silver Spoon.
Yeah, I love Silver Spoon though.
But to be fair,
like two totally different shows as well.
To be fair, your favorite anime that you told me about in your thing was a huge surprise. Like the fact that your favorite anime is Welcome to the NHK says already a lot.
Yeah, because what I did is like you go through the Annie list, like top 100, and like I gave at least every big show like an episode or two.
Right.
And I was either like, okay, I don't vibe with this, I don't fuck with this, and I don't subscribe to the. Dude, you just gotta watch till episode 77.
No, I agree.
And I don't buy that. It's like, okay, if it hasn't hooked
calling
me,
out every One Piece fan right now.
It's like if I haven't like gotten into it, then I my time is more valuable than subscribing to 70 episodes to enjoy something. I can just enjoy something off episode 1, and that's great.
Yeah, of course.
And so I try them all, and then you do what you normally do, which is ask other people. And so I asked Will Neff. Do you guys know Will Neff?
No.
He's like another streamer.
I do. The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a pretty successful streamer. He's a super sweet guy and like one of the greatest entertainers I think in the space. And he's a huge weeb.
Right.
And he's an older guy, and he's like, you gotta watch Welcome to the NHK, man. Like it's a little horny, but it's perfect if like you're ever feeling lonely. And I'm like, that's all my boxes. And I watched it, and it's so good.
It's very good.
It's incredible.
I haven't actually watched that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been putting it off.
it is, I think, like the worst first anime if you've never watched it. But
I think you need to be in the right headspace to watch it. It's
not
one
a
of those
happy
shows.
anime.
No.
It's about being like a neat, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Like
like where I
hikikomori.
found out about like the term of hikikomori. You know, that's
Yeah.
literally from Welcome to the NHK.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like very real, depressingly real a lot of times. So it's not something you watch to be happy. It's like something you watch to just feel. I don't know what the right word.
It's like Oyster Spoon.
Existential?
Like it's a great show, and it like you learn a lot from it, and it's very real. But it's it's not entertainment.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think that's exactly what I switched because in senior year of college, like this is also like kind of right when it started and I was watching anime.
Right.
My girlfriend and I broke up because I caught her cheating on me.
Right.
And I made a visceral decision. I literally was like, I am going to try to cry more because I'm not like a guy who cries a lot when I watch shows.
Yeah.
right.
Which is like a literal shift in how you like try to process them.
Yeah.
And so then I tried to do it first, but I was like, okay, I'll watch Your Lie in April.
Just like dry crying. Like,
and
He's like, it's gonna come out.
and so I was like, that made me cry, but I was
Yeah.
like, am I crying because it's like good and making me feel, or is it because it's emotionally manipulative and they make you attached to a character and they play the sad song at the sad time when you're supposed to cry?
Oh no, I totally get what you mean. Where there's like two different types of crying. Where there are some shows which you cry, you don't even know why you're crying. You feel like a fucking
It's
dog.
somewhere in there.
Yeah, you feel like a dog there where like you have like the right triggers and then it just like triggers your tears and you're like, I don't know why I'm crying. It's just
That was Silver Spoon for me.
really.
You're not supposed to cry at that necessarily, but at a certain point, like I was there at the festival and I was like, it's so beautiful. And I was like, that's why it was one of my favorite shows, as opposed to like a show that's like, you know, the classics that like you're gonna cry.
Right,
Yeah.
like the cry fest, like
Yeah.
Hunter and stuff like that. Right.
Yeah.
We have planned this for you to tear up,
Yeah.
which I think that's more BS. And
Yeah,
so that's
yeah,
why I
yeah.
love Welcome to NHK because it makes you feel so much.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood
Well,
towards the end.
I am a homunculus. I am not a real person. I'm not gonna cry
I
at that.
can't get over the fact you got 30 episodes. You did not get 30 episodes in and drop.
I did. I got all the way to a point where they were in some like white universe and it was like Blondie with the fucking alfalfa hair and he was talking to himself.
Isn't that near the fucking end?
It was close.
That's pretty close
What
to
the
the end,
fuck?
if I remember.
and then I was
Hold on,
like,
no spoilers. Gon hasn't seen it yet.
oh shit.
And you just- and you-
No, I've never seen
Oh, how
it.
are you on this podcast?
that's what I'm saying.
What? Okay.
Yeah, you got further than me.
Wait, how are you calling him out for not watching it when you haven't fucking finished it?
Because I don't have a podcast called Trash Taste in a 15-year
He
career
has trash taste.
about anime.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those shows where
God has to explain it for the 19th
I have to explain
time.
it every
I
fucking
don't know.
time.
Don't explain it. I don't want to fucking hear it. I'm just gonna think of you less for having seen of all of Sword Art Online and not.
Yeah, this man has
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
boasted about watching every season. Not even like people who like Sword Art Online have watched all seasons of Sword
You
Art
know,
Online.
I'm get- like Full Metal Alchemist at this point is just gonna be like the last anime I ever watched. I'm gonna be like 90 years old on my deathbed. I'm gonna be like, now's the time to experience brotherhood.
And then your soul fades before the final
And then I'm
episode.
gonna get 30 episodes in, and I'm gonna.
And
My
then your
soul's
last
gonna
words
fade.
were, "It was okay."
I've never heard of anyone getting halfway through it and dropping it. That is psychotic.
I think maybe if I retried it because it was an early show. Like I stuck through all of
Were
Hunter
you
x Hunter.
killed by the hype of like hearing about the show?
Yeah, because it was listed as like one of the best.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the GOAT.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's the. I don't think it's.
What
the
do you think of
close.
some hyped anime that actually like meet the hype then, or meet the reputation?
Madoka Magica?
Hell yeah!
That show's. Why are
that's
you?
a
why'd
good
you
show.
stop?
That's a good show.
It's
That's
a
a
great,
great
it's a
show.
great
Movies?
fucking show.
I don't think so. No,
Good.
I haven't seen the movies.
You probably don't.
Promised Neverland season 1.
Yeah, we don't
Well,
talk about
that's-
season
We don't
two.
talk about season
We don't
two.
talk about season 2.
Wait, there's
Yeah.
a season 2?
You don't have to watch it. It's fine.
Is it great?
No. No.
This is a bit. This is
Nah,
a
it's a
bit.
bit. I stopped watching it, but
Yeah,
season 1 I think is amazing. It's like
Yeah.
a show that if I told someone to watch, it's like they'd be like, "Yeah, that was great."
I just
Death Note?
can't fathom
Code
that they
Geass?
fucked it up.
Why can't you fathom that? People fuck things up all the time.
Because it was just literally like, just follow the blueprint.
Because it was literally like the fourth highest selling
literally
manga.
just follow what
for
is
that
happening.
year.
And then they were like,
Like the manga was so successful and the fan base was so big, so that you'd think there'd be like massive pressure to be like, all right, we got to deliver. to the fans, and then they were like, I know what they'll like, a PowerPoint presentation for the
Yeah.
last
They just
episode.
skipped an entire
they
arc.
skipped everything.
Yeah, I heard they skipped the best arc.
They skipped the best arc.
Could you imagine
Yeah.
if that happened in like the One Piece anime? People would I think there'd be riots in Japan. I think people would actually quit jobs.
They also do the opposite, where they just extend it for 3,000 episodes too long.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't have enough
It's
manga.
like, why is there no in between? Why do we have to extend it a million times? And then why can't you just follow the manga another time? When
Shonen recap syndrome is what I call
if
it.
it's the fourth highest selling manga, why would the fuck would you not just stick to the manga?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't have an explanation for you.
I don't know.
Because
I
they
don't know.
fucking killed it on season 1, and all they need to do was just do more of that.
Stick the landing.
And then they just didn't. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to finish it in 2 seasons, but I don't know why they would. Because it's like the fourth. Yeah,
Who are these
I don't
people?
know.
I think it's always down to like probably rush timelines and some person above you who tells you to do things and you have to do them.
But I always just assumed that if you're a studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
It must be a fucking blessing getting a show that you could make like 10 seasons of. Because you get
Because maybe you don't have
revenue.
guaranteed funding for those seasons.
I guess,
Because
yeah.
like then you end up with situations where it's like you have a show that's great and then it's never finished.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And then that's like an equally bad fate to die from.
Yeah.
What was the first show you watched where you had that cruel realization that sometimes, very often, anime, it just doesn't end, or they just stop making it, or the manga quit?
I watched Devil's a Part-Timer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like 5 years ago, I was like, dude, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was like, season 2. And then you find like the threads being like, is there a season 2? Is there a season 2? And I was like, no.
Actually, there is now.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
It's actually airing next season.
I'm hype on that because
Yeah.
that show was really funny and I liked
really
it a lot.
good.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll be as funny as I remember, because I watched it like 5-6 years
Also,
ago.
I watched it dubbed as well. And
dub is really
the
good.
dub was really good for that series. So I don't know if it will.
I
hit
watched
the
the dub,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like when it's such a comedic timing show, having good voice acting in English definitely helps. I appreciate the jokes more as an English person.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, especially with comedy shows and comedy anime, my favorite comedy anime are all ones that have amazing dubs.
Yeah,
Because
Panty and Stocking.
Huh?
Panty and Stocking, you see
Panty and
Oh,
Stocking.
Penny Stocking is a
No, because I
fantastic dub.
generally don't go to anime for comedy because I think 99% of comedy animes aren't funny.
That's
Yeah,
the funny
that
ones.
is very
That is true.
true.
That is true.
It's rare I find a good comedy anime.
Yeah, a lot of them are like comedy.
Like, what's the one that everyone talks about that's been long? Psyche? Is that it?
Oh, Psychic Sword.
I don't know.
That show sucked.
You know, one of the fun.
I was like, holy
have you
shit.
watched Sakamoto?
No.
That one's fun. I think that's pretty funny.
Sounds like a ligma though.
It is, yeah, it is.
Yeah, Sakamoto's-
Yeah, he's Sakamoto.
That's like kind of how do you describe Sakamoto? It's more like Mr. Bean humor, kind of in a way.
It's very slapstick.
Oh, like
Yeah.
physical comedy?
It's very much.
It's like
really
if
good
Mr.
tech.
Bean was a Giga Chad.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way to describe
That would be. I would love to see the live action of Mr. Bean just yoked.
Isn't that Johnny English?
yeah.
Yeah.